You know, as a speaker, it is the audio visual that can make or break a great presentation. And we discovered this at USB some years ago. In our early days of showcasing, we would go to a venue and just use whatever happened to be there. We'd sort of cobble together a little bit of audio, a little bit of visual. And I can distinctly remember one of my first showcases. I spent most of it trying to figure out the sound and running and sorting out slides and projectors. And it was crazy stuff. And we realized if we were going to do this well, if we were going to move in the direction of having outstanding conferences, we needed a partner who dealt with the AV in an exceptionally professional way. And for the last 2 to 3 years, we've partnered up with Multimedia, and the difference since using them has been outstanding. So I'm going to do a little interview with the sales and marketing director of Multimedia, and we're going to talk about what they do. And we did a similar interview to this in Joburg at a showcase a month or so ago. And we spoke about these big LED screens. And we were in this smallish venue that had plasma screens. So it is very hard to describe this when it's not there. So it's amazing to have this here right behind us so we get a sense of what the impact that has. So to talk about Multimedia, what they do, I'd like to call up now the Sales and Marketing Director for Multimedia, Mr. Chris Delancey. Well, I guess for a start, at any venue that uses a projector and a screen, lighting is always an issue. You know, we need to turn the house lights down or off, or I guess with this sort of screen, the lighting is not your problem.
No, lighting's not a problem at all. Daylighting isn't a problem, no lighting's a problem.
Yes.
I think it's fair to say that all the imagery running on the back, everyone can see us still sitting here fairly well.
Absolutely, and you wouldn't think you'd need your glasses inside, sunglasses. All right, so Multimedia, you guys have been in the game a long time. The trend
91.
91. Okay, so that makes it 26 years-ish. Okay. So LED screens, what we see behind us is a trend in the industry right now. And if people are thinking about it, or maybe haven't thought about it, and they see this and they go, wow, is that something we should have? What are the things they should be thinking about when you go, okay, let's use this technology in terms of cost, in terms of application, and pixel pitches and all of that technical stuff?
Ryan, firstly, I think the first question everybody asks is cost. When you put it together, when you consider traditional projection, etc., the unseen costs involved in that are daylight, blacking out venues, that kind of a thing. So this immediately negates the need for any of that stuff. It is slightly more expensive. The cost of the technology is coming down, so prices are coming down as well. We, as part of our process, we're trying to drive into the LED technology a little more. So we're very flexible in terms of trying to replace one technology with the other. In terms of content, I think it's fair to say that you can do whatever you like on this thing. Content is becoming the driver, as you guys are talking about today. So it does mean you've got to think about the content a little bit more up front and plan it, but I think the effect is worth it.
Now, I mean, it is an interesting thing because it's not just a replacement for the old projector and the screen. This opens doors to all sorts of other applications.
The other thing that I didn't mention is sets. You don't need to put a set in here anymore. This is the set, and you can have it as a live set. You could run branding, you could put a set design on this thing and it becomes your set, and then start inserting imagery into that. So yeah, the possibilities are endless. Size and shape, as you see, we've put in a curved shape here just to demonstrate that you don't have to live with a standard flat screen.
Now, so now clearly this is something that you're driving quite hard, and looking at what we see here, you've made a substantial investment into this. And what is the thought there, and what is the extent of the investment you've made into providing this technology?
Over the last couple of years, we've invested heavily in, and we currently have 3 different offerings, all at different resolutions being the quality of the image that you see. This particular baby, we've invested about $4 or $5 million into this thing, and we believe it's where the future is. It really does make things a lot more interesting and ups the game. We've got a 3.6mm LED, this is a 6mm screen, and without going into all the technical details, the pixel pitch is the space between the actual little LED dots that you see. We have the higher resolution screen. We do a lot of work with the financial institutions, And when it comes to year-end and AGMs and presenting results and what have you, graphs, detail, that kind of thing become very important at a close range like this. In a bigger venue, this does it just fine. And then we've got a very low res, or not a very low res, a 12 millimeter pitch, which we use for decorative purposes and that sort of a thing. And again, for sets, that sort of a thing. I'm going to punt the voice a little. For those of you that watch television, we do the voice as well. And that is loaded with 12 millimeter LED screen. And that just helps replace, gets your set to be a live environment.
All right, so clearly this is a big part of what you're doing right now, but you're not just all about the screens. Multimedia has been around, you're in the game. What do you do? What role do you fill in the industry beyond what we see here? I guess our primary purpose or our vision right now is that while there is loads of technology available, there are loads of companies available to supply light, sound, and whatever else it might be, this year we've decided that the differentiating factor for us is to focus on customers and service excellence. And with that, our vision statement for this year is to redefine the service experience in the technical industry. Anybody can throw some lights together, but you want to do it with a team of people that are going to partner you through your event and really focus on what your needs are and focus on the customer service. All right, well, you've mentioned the word partner, which I think is quite important. And in your mind, you have a partner, you have a supplier. What's the difference, and why should you have a partner rather than a supplier?
Suppliers for me are a grocery store. They supply you with apples and oranges and that sort of a thing, and you choose to go to Pick n Pay or to Woolies or to Spar, or whatever it might be. A partner is somebody that's going to walk with you and understand what it is that you're after. When you pick up the phone and you call, we understand exactly what it is that you're after. There are a lot of little tricks of the trade that certain speakers like or don't like, or the CEO of the business. And for most of our clients, we have a deep understanding of what that is already. So when a brief comes in, we don't necessarily have to ask for all the information because we have a lot of it already.
All right, well, certainly from a USB perspective, we've experienced that with working with multimedia. So multimedia are in town, they're in town today, you're around, and I guess the call to action for all of you is get in touch with Chris, get in touch with multimedia, and have a conversation about your needs, your ideas, your thoughts, and see how and where multimedia can work with you as a partner to make for impactful and outstanding events.
On that score, Ryan, we do have offices in Cape Town. For those of you who don't know, we're represented here by one or two of the people from Cape Town. Head office, main office is in Joburg. But we're around today. We'd love to chat to all of you. And we're happy to come back again and chat to you next week if that's what suits you.
Fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chris Delancey from Multimedia.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you very much, Chris.